One of the problems that I had before was first, I didn't value my own work to the same extent, and I was thinking in an hourly instead of in project based and the value that I provided. Um, I then was thinking about I was always thinking about what the client could afford, which is not the right way of thinking at all. And I didn't realize that because if they can't afford you, they're not the right client. And I learned that through working with you, as opposed to trying to find anybody who would fit into my little bubble of what I thought was appropriate. It didn't make sense. Um, since working with you, since learning about your sales process, since creating systems, that's a huge thing. People like systems, people like knowing you have a process, people like knowing you're not just winging it. Also, narrowing it down and giving people like showing them you have direction. So, for example, not being like, I can do anything. No, you go, this is what I do. This is exactly how I do it. And this is why I do it and how it'll benefit you. Do you think we're a good fit? The other thing is also realizing that not every client is a good fit. Actually, most clients are probably not a good fit. And part of your process to when it comes to positioning on your website, positioning in your marketing, positioning in your pitches, positioning in general, going from positioning to the actual work you do, your positioning online is supposed to help weed out all of those people. Like, for example, I used to be terrified about putting prices on my website. But I found since putting a minimum price point on my website, I've drastically reduced the amount of wasted meetings I've spent. And I also have people take me more seriously. Not just because my prices are way higher than I used to price, but also because people know where to come in at. And they're like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to expect to start. And then if they already have that in their mindset, there's no secrets, there's no this, you actually stop all those objections before they become objections. I would say my pricing has gone up almost 4 times. 4 times what I priced before. Like, in the last year, I've raised my prices 4 times. I'm no longer finding clients who are going where who I have to convince that copywriting is important. I'm finding clients who are like, "Listen, I know copywriting is everything. So I'm looking for an excellent copywriter who knows exactly how to take my words and turn them into something that my audience is going to understand and like will attract them." And I'm like, I'm so much more confident about running my business. I am finding less leads, but that's a better thing because the leads I'm bringing in are actually right. The other thing that helped a lot was I went from being like, I'm a writer, I can do anything, to I only do landing pages and website copy. And sometimes if I've worked with a client on a project for a month and we've done their whole website, I've done some landing pages, potentially I'll do email sequences for them or ad copy, but that's only as a add-on to the primary product I have. Once I've already done the deep dive into their brand, once we've already done that work, because I don't find it productive for me, or I can't do the best job possible if I'm just being told to take someone else's voice, take someone else's copy that they've already hired someone else to do, and like make some stuff that matches. It doesn't actually like use my skill sets. Since working with you, I have been able to get rid of all of the excess clients that were costing me time and money. I've Since working with you, I've been able to get rid of all the clients that were barely worth my time. I have been able to step away from reoccurring contracts that I was afraid of letting go of because I needed that income, that ongoing income, that security. And now I know myself enough and I know my work enough to trust that each month I'm going to have more than enough. Last month I did a 16K month with just out of like, was no problem. And then this month I'm already well on my way to doing a 10K month again. It's just things are flowing towards me because I'm actually doing exactly what I should be doing and I'm doing it in the way I should be doing.